Uploading data. Alright folks, it's done. Another run is done. Thank you all for hanging out and watching GG's Dio. That was a good run. That was a rough start. It was a bit of a rowdy start with the third try Emmy bump, but then I got second try warp and first try RBX, which is not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I still am not in shape to compete with my PB, even if I had perfect RNG. The time loss I had from RNG is like, what? Not even 2 minutes? 1.5 minutes? Something like that? 1:45? I think it's around that kind of time. Yeah, I lost a bunch of time on other stuff for sure. My PB does like almost every speed keep. There are very few mistakes. They're like, you know, really spoil the run. The only thing was like losing Bomohe's Q in Alan. But the rest, like, it was really good, so it's hard to compete with that one. But 132 is below the estimate of 145. I was extremely cautious with that 145 because if I don't get good RNG, 145 is gonna maybe not be enough. Who knows? I hope it is. Yeah, that ledge warp. I don't remember when or how that ledge warp was found. Did I mess around with it on stream? It's been a while. I don't know. Man, that speed keeping catalyst is really cool. It's pretty weird. I definitely had to practice that some when I grinded Hundo before because you have to know every wall jump that you're gonna do, otherwise it's really confusing. There were a couple of speed keeps that I messed up. But anyway, that was a nice run. If I got this time in the marathon, I would be plenty happy with that. That would have been a nice, you know, I really can't control this, but I would really like that if in the marathon, I would really like to get some decent RNG. I don't want to have to spend like 5+ tries on each of the RNG sections. I really hope to get Emmy bump quickly. I hope to get Emmy warp and RBX quickly. Not just because it's not just about the time bloating, is that it's going to be kind of boring to see that part, me just trying it over and over again until the game gives it, that there's nothing I can do about it, is what it is. But I will have some backup saves for that. I'll have a backup save at Emmy warp or after Emmy warp if it's looking like it's taking too many attempts to get it, and same for RBX. I'm gonna have a backup save at the Atom in Escape. It's gonna be a little weird. We're gonna skip a portion of the game, but there's no other way to do it. It's literally the closest save point to RBX. So, but the problem is, if I save there, like if I die at RBX too many times, I'll have to like actually completely reset the game. Otherwise, it's gonna keep that RBX lag like through saves or something, because it usually does. Anyway, it's this week, chat. It's this week. I'm gonna get my Switch 2 next Thursday. So in 2 days, which means I'm gonna finally do some dread runs in high quality with a lot of time saves and stuff. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of I'm gonna do a few runs of categories that I've done before just to set a new PB on the Switch 2. I'm thinking of doing a little bit of Old Bosses Unrestricted, see if I can grind a sub-hour. The first one, I guess. Maybe just set a new PB for any percent. I don't think I want to do 100%. Now that I'm practicing 100%, I really don't think I want to go for a better run. So the marathon will be with Switch 2. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna have to set up and everything and see if my setup works fine with the Switch 2. I think there's no reason why it shouldn't, but Switch 2 I guess has a newer HDMI protocol or something, and I don't know yet if my capture card is gonna be compatible with that. I hope so. I hope it will be. But it remains to be seen. It should be fine, but yeah, I still have to double check if everything works fine with my setup. If that's the case, then yeah, I will do it on Switch 2, which will on one hand be nicer because I'll save time probably, On the other hand, RBX might be tougher, so I still have to reconsider that. Maybe if I want RBX done in a decent number of attempts, maybe switch one. I don't know yet, but switch 2 would definitely be nice with time save from loads. To be fair, this category, like, one of the things I wanted to route for this category and did is that we have, well, I really tried as much as possible to clean up on first visit. Obviously that's not possible. We can't really clean up until we get speed booster and grapple, right, for all the big glitches. And I still have to go through Gavin like 3 or 4 times. Well, actually I think it's 3. But there's no real way around it. There's no real way around it. Because like I have to come back to Gavin in the end, and I mean it's rough, man. I tried many iterations of the route, and the current one seemed to just be the most comfortable. I needed the run to end at Gavin so I can do escape after that. So before then, I mean I could do Frenia. I mean there isn't a good way to route it. Like instead I could go from Frenia to Dairon and Cateris, but then I already have Artari cleaned up, and there is no shortcut from either Artari or Cateris to Barania. So if I could do something like I don't know, Farenia, Cateris, Barania, Dairon, and then Gavin, I think we do have the abilities to do everything in one go, or almost. I think I do need Gravity Suit before I go to Cateris, because I have to go in the lava a few times. And it would be pretty risky to do some of those rooms. Well, maybe not. But yeah, the point is just that there's just I feel that there's just no good way to route in that one trip on everything. It's kind of the price to pay for one trip for Enya. But maybe one day I'll look into the route again and see if there's a better way to do it. Yeah, there is a way to reduce the number of Cateris visits if it's way too complicated. Yeah, we could probably do some like I've considered doing some Cateris cleanup on the after Artari cleanup. After we go get Screw Attack and clean up Artari, and then we have to go through Cateris to get to Gavin and Hanubi and Powerbomb. In that Cateris visit, it technically would be possible to do some item hunting. It's just like very out of the way. We don't have space jump, we don't have gravity, everything's gonna be a little slower than doing it in the end game, which might not be a bad thing if you could, compensate with time saves here and there, but it doesn't seem like it's worth doing. All those super complicated clips to get to get stuff without wave beam and everything, it doesn't seem worth doing. But yeah, since I have to go to Barenia first, I mean, I could go from Frenia to Barenia via Cyan, right? I could do that, and then clean up Barenia and do Dairon next, and then do Cateris, and then go back to Gavrin and clean the whole of Gavrin. I mean, so the order would be Frenia, Barenia, Dairon, Cateris, and then Gavrin, but the routing would be extremely awkward. Like, going from Frenia to Barenia via Cyan is actually omega slow, because we're going to have to go all the way to the top, and then we're going to go all the way to the bottom, and then back to the middle to go to Dairon. And then Dairon cleanup would probably be the same. Cateris would mostly be the same, but then we would go to Gavrin, and the same thing applies. Like, you're at the top of Gavrin, you have to go like all the way around to Gavrin, and the way, like, going on the way back, like, you start at orange, then you have to go down to the lower half, you have to do a line, you have to come back. It's just a massive headache. And now with Switch 2, reducing the number of transitions is even less worrying. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say too. Yeah, this route already has almost minimal number of transitions. I mean, as far as I could route, I guess. Maybe in the future someone will figure out a better route. But yeah, it won't even save that much time probably to go on Switch 2. I have no idea. I mean, even NMG can save something like 3 minutes, right? I expect we should be able to save somewhere around that. Maybe a little more, because this is Hundo and we probably have a few more transitions, or not. I mean, it's unrestricted. We maybe just out of curiosity, how many NMG transitions do we have? I'm just gonna quickly write up here. Art 1, Cat 1, Darren 1, Cat 2, Art 2 for Varia, Cat 3 Kraid, Darren 2 Bombs, Berenia 1 Flash Shift, Darren 3 Speed Booster, Artaria 3 and final Screw Attack and Grapple, Darren 4 transitioning to Ferenia 4 of the bot fight, so Ferenia 1, Darren 5 just going through to Berenia 2, Drug Skip, then there's Gavin 1, Elon 1, Gavin 2, my goodness. Berenia 3 for Gravity, Gav 3, Anubia 1, just passing through to Ferenia 2. We do the rest of Ferenia that time. Anubia 2. What else is there? Inter Rash 1, and then Anubia 3, which is Escape. So didn't Namatasu at some point suggest another route with less transitions in the Dread Part 2 Discord server? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's been a while. I don't remember. Maybe, or was it maybe all bosses and Unrestricted? I honestly have no idea. I don't remember that. I know that he ran all bosses and Unrestricted at some point. It is close to a sub-hour. As for Hundo, I don't remember, but maybe. So the number of transitions any percent NMG has is 1, 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 24 transitions if you count the first load as a transition. So 24 loads. Now I'm gonna count for 100% real quick. Just so Artaria 1, Carries 1, then Artaria 2 for Varisuit, Carries 2 for Kraid, Iron 1 for Bombs, Brain 1 for Flash Shift, Iron 2 for Speed Booster, Art 3 for Cleanup. We visit Artaria 3 times, that's it. Calories 3 just passing through, Gavin 1 passing through, Nubia 1 Power Bomb and Escape, Ferenia 1 Cleanup immediately, then we do Gavin, that's actually Gavin 2, that is going to be partial cleanup, Elan 1 and cleanup, Gavin 3, that's going to be most of another big portion of cleanup, Berenia 2, we only visit Berenia 2 times, then Dairon 3 and that's cleanup, Catter is 4, that is cleanup, Gavin 4 cleanup, and Hanubia 2, that is 20. It's funny, it's 24 transitions for any percent NMG and only 20 transitions for 100% unrestricted. That is kind of crazy, dude. If you think about it, 100% unrestricted has less transitions than any percent NMG. So I expect we're gonna save something like 3 minutes and not much more than that. So let me see if I can find that. You are routing. My idea of 100% route. I must have missed this. I mean, I totally forgot about this. One transition less than Arcane's world record run, only visiting each area once. Ah, that is interesting. So he's already done the math. Ah. So, was he gonna do Cyan or something? So I go from. So we both start after escape. We both go to Ferenia. He goes to Cien, and then goes to Daron, and then goes to Cataris, and then goes to Gavrin. Okay, so that was the other way, but I'm not sure if that is faster because that's what I was saying. I feel like it makes the route a little bloated because to clean up Bahrain in one go, you need to like you start on Cien, then you have to go all the way to the top of Barania. Then you have to go all the way to the bottom to get gravity and the underwater power ups, and then you have to go back to the middle to transition to Darn. So it's kind of a lot of. It does have a lot of extra movement because you're kind of starting in the midpoint. With the route I'm going through at the moment, you start at the very top, so you just have to pretty much just run through the whole area one time with little redundancy. You do have some redundancy coming back to the middle part to get to Darn, but it's not completely avoidable, I guess. I do think the most redundant part is going to be Gavrin, but I don't know, maybe there's a good way to route it. Maybe if you have Bomohiscu, you could clip through that grapple door next to Orange, and it might be a little better. I don't know. I wonder if he does explain a bit more of what the routing entails. This looks like a diagram for a heart with these red and blue lines. I'm not sure what's the word for the heart parts, like it's got like these quadrants or something. I don't know the words in English though. So Namatsu goes straight for cleanup. So yeah, it takes a very different route because he's not gonna leave in Gavrin. He's just gonna like go through that whole space jump section, and then down he's gonna do fast for an eclipse. Then SQ, then the E part. What is it called? The one trip. Cold Run, Wave Amy. Then you can either do the fancy spark down or something. Maybe a fancy tilt sink or something, or just clip through the wall. Make his way down. Same. So he takes mostly the same route as me after a wave, but instead of going to through the elevator, it just goes to Orange, no, to Cien rather, Power Bomb, and finishes there. Okay, I don't think he has the Gavrin part. It is an interesting thought, of course, but I do think it puts a bit of extra time on Brainy cleanup, and it's also gonna put some extra time on Gavrin. I don't know for sure. Would have to see how it goes. Maybe I'll test out that kind of routing sometime. But as I was saying, I'm not too excited to grind this category even on Switch 2 because just getting the perfect RNG is gonna be insane, and there's like I know I got a pretty nice PB that did exactly that, but it's highly unlikely that I'll finish the run without any major mistakes and without dying and without losing crazy amounts of time. It's just very, very difficult with this category. Anyway, I'm gonna be done for today. As I said, Thursday, I'm gonna be getting my Switch too. I think I'm gonna set up a new save file on for Dread on that console. I do want to run some of the categories again. I think I want to. Maybe I'll set. Maybe I'll try to set a PB with Hundo, but I'm not too. I don't really look forward to that because Hundo's hard. All bosses unrestricted. Maybe I'll try for a sub hour. Any percent unrestricted. I don't think I'll grind much of it. Like there's nothing new in the category. Maybe I'll just try to get a new PB with no deaths and first tries on Warp and RBX. But I'm not too interested in grinding that. I would like to get a nice PB for NMG though. Any percent NMG now with Storm Skip gives me a bit of hype to grind the category. Now that's it's got the new skip, new trick. Maybe I can get a close time to 1 hour. I mean, items you are? Oh no. I'd have to relearn. Oh, maybe though. I'd have to relearn your ceiling clips. It's been a while since I've done that. I may have forgotten the setup a little bit. But I mean, I've done it before. I can do it again, right? I'll have to study that again for the test. I mean, yeah, I haven't done main items before. You know what? I actually want to try to do some, how should I call it? Unusual categories, different categories, you know, non-official board categories or something. I do have a few things I want to try to spice up the routes a little bit. So maybe just running a route that I don't usually run would be just as fine. In fact, I don't think I've ever run main items. Not NMG, not UR, not anything. So maybe I'll set a time for it just for fun. You know what? You know what? Kappa, but maybe no Kappa. Yeah. I will do that. I will probably also play a little bit of the new Pokemon game. I do want to maybe play Hades 2. I haven't bought the game yet. But I played Hades 1, I really enjoyed it. Hades 2 is new, it's a fun game. I think I'll play that. And I'll probably try to wrap up my Dread grind before Prime 4 comes out. Then I'm gonna switch games for a while. I mean, I do hope that I enjoy Prime 4. I hope maybe it's gonna be on my next speed game. Who knows? But for real, I think Legacy Multifile is a cool category with a pretty free world record. Well, I could go for that one right now on the Legacy Switch. Didn't you find some stuff kinda recently? I mean, in speedrun terms, like a couple months is recently, right? Maybe you found an improvement to something, maybe a clip or something. Oh no, wait, was it a flash shift optimization or something? Less transitions or whatever for legacy min items? Oh, you meant legacy multi-file. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, any percent, yeah. Okay. So the thing you found was for min items, not for any percent multi-file. Dude, Legacy Multifile is so much fun. Current patch Multifile is not very fun. I mean, it's just Varia skip, and since you can now MU warp in single file, it's literally the only difference, just the Varia skip. It's barely even worth doing. It is probably still a little faster, but I don't know. Not super appealing anymore. Legacy Multifile is what current patch Multifile needed, but will never have. Yeah, I'm kind of not very excited with Unrestricted until somebody finds a new skip. And honestly, at this point, I have no idea what that's gonna look like. I have no idea what could you possibly skip to make the game even faster. Like, I have no idea, dude. It's not consistent enough. You have to do a Phantom Sleep. Oh, into 7 Toss Spark. Okay, so you get that 50-50. Well, I call it 50-50, but whether or not you get that one frame on pause is not entirely up to 50-50, right? It's depends on consistency, so it could be lower, right? But yeah, not guaranteed. Not guaranteed. Alright then. Alright. Honestly, 7-tile spark is the easy part. Getting into the floor and starting the spark is hard. So Phantom slip into a 7-tile spark. If I recall correctly, you were doing something through the morph tunnel before the water, right? Well, I think I saw that, but it's been a while, so I don't remember all the details. But yeah, Legacy is quite fun. It's just really a shame that current patch doesn't have invincibility anymore. You know what I was looking into the other day was ledge warping to despawn stuff. I had hopes that we could use ledge warp to despawn more than just random enemies, which is what I got. I only got to despawn some random enemies and that was about it. But I was hoping I could despawn more than that. Maybe Enkies, maybe cold or hot zones, but I haven't gone to that. I actually haven't tried. I honestly think the only way Vardy skip could happen is if we could find a way to despawn things between rooms. I've tried like ledge warping frame perfectly on a room transition, flash shifting back. I don't know. There just might be some trick to make the game think you're in one room but you actually transition to the other and so the things didn't load. I think if there's a Vardy skip in this game, it's gonna be something messed up like that, where the room didn't load properly. One of these days, maybe we're gonna find something like that. That's the only way I see Vardy skip happening without multi-file. That's like the next unrestricted thing that I can imagine would happen in the future. Because late game, I honestly have no idea what what could get any better. Skipping screw attack doesn't seem to be any faster. I don't know. Well, you do already do. I mean, items that already do that. To put that in any percent would probably turn most people away from unrestricted, which is already hard as it is with all the RNG. As for NMG, the next big thing would probably be grav skip, but I have no idea what that would be. I don't think we're gonna be getting a speed booster, so anyone's guess. Late game's already pretty much the shortest path possible. Yeah, I guess the only thing that would be faster would be if you could skip the RBX fight and just go straight for the door without triggering escape, but you have to, otherwise the ship doesn't spawn. If there was another way to activate the escape flag without having to do the fight or without having to kill RBX, then that would be amazing, but I feel like we would have found it already if it were possible. So I'm not counting on that. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here for today. Thursday, I think I'll do like an any percent run just to clear a save file in the new Switch, get it run ready. I will probably also play a bit of the new Pokemon game because it's gonna release that day. I just want to try stuff, right? I wanna be blessed by RBX on the Switch too. I wanna try out the new game, and then I think I'm gonna try to start streaming a bit more consistently. I'm here. You may start your stream now. Yo, hamster, welcome on in. You done with beef or what? So yeah, I'm gonna try to do some. I'm gonna try to put some more consistency on my streams once I do get the Switch too. I want to have some set days for Dread runs and another set day or two for other games. Because I do plan on moving to other games soon enough. I do want to, you know, set some PBs on categories for Switch 2. And I think after that I'll probably take a I will slowly like phase out of Dread. I will certainly come back whenever new tech is found, but right now I feel like there isn't much more for me to do in the game. I've already played Dread plenty. Already found plenty of stuff. So kind of looking to play their games at this time. We did Phasmo. Good thing I'm wearing pants. This mesh chair would be rough to clean. Was it that scary? Or wait, was it that scary? Or someone like threw a bucket of paint on your lap. Is that what happened? Is that why you have to clean it? I've watched Marty play Phasmo. I've watched her play with Lothar. I do enjoy watching Phasmo more than playing, I feel like. Not my kind of game. I much prefer Lethal Company, which we do play sometimes. And I did kind of like Repo when we tried it. Still not maybe not my thing. I get scared by sounds. Oh, funny, we play LC sometimes too. Yeah, what a coincidence. Well, we're gonna end stream. Bye. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Have a good one.